Right guys and girls, I'm going to speak up again because we've only got one mic, that man over there. Right. So, yeah, it's like we've never been away, Mike, isn't it?
Feels like it.
It was late last night, back in, back on it. Full attack mode. Yeah.
Full attack. So yeah, intercooler's on. That's all mounted, set up. All the clearances are set, so nothing's touching, nothing's rubbing, so on and so forth. Most of the pipe work's in. I'm now at the stage where I need to put the meth line into the charge pipe. So just before we do that, we do like a mock it up, sort of a rig setup. So we can test it, make sure it's working right, make sure everything that we've done so far is good. So we've got two ways of doing that. There is a test button built into the meth system that's inside the vehicle that we can press to actuate it. And we can also simulate down the pressure sensor with 15 PSI with an airline. So we know we're 100%, and in doing that, we can set the pressure sensor to 15 PSI.
Yeah,
so
it's ideal, isn't it? So,
yeah.
Because, just carrying on what Mike just said there, that's what he said about 15 PSI. So we've got our airlines are pressure regulated on the wall, so we can just dial it to whatever we like.
So I'll go inside, press the test button, and hopefully that injector should spray.
We're going to put 15 PSI of pressure up a test pipe, which is linked to the boost pressure sensor there, look. And then you get the same thing happens again, look. So that's one from the test button, two from effectively how it's going to be activated from the van, from the charge pipe. This boost pressure sensor, look, yeah, it's going to be screwed into the charge pipe next to the nozzle, so it's the nozzle going to be screwed into there. All right, so we're just mimicking what the van's going to do. So when the van sees 15 PSI, or when that boost pressure sensor sees 15 PSI pressure through that charge pipe, it'll activate the method the same as what Mike's just mimicked there. All right, so we can show them the test button, Mike. A little bitty. It's quite cool actually, because this is a display, not a controller. So unlike it's in the RS or whatever, it looks similar, but it hasn't got the adjustment on it. So yeah, cool little test button there. Now what you don't want to be doing is, we talked about this, Mike,
we need to hide that away, yeah.
We need to hide that as well. You don't want the customer pushing that, because what will happen is he'll end up chucking meth unnecessarily into the engine, and that's what you don't want. All right, so it's just for test purpose. So this is the switch we talked about. Here we go. Doing black and silver. It's pretty cool actually. It illuminates red, and we're going to put that probably there, Mike.
Yeah. Out the way.
Out the way. It's about finding places to put it.
And it's on a panel that can be easily replaced. If the customer ever wanted to remove all of this and sell it, that can be taken out, and that panel can be bought from Ford. Nice and easy to change, not a problem.
But there's a fair bit of work involved doing this, Mike, isn't it? It's not a,
it's not a 5-minute job.
No chance, no. So yeah, so that's just a quick update on what we're up to. As you can see there, I suppose. This one, black on there, this is like an SVO one. Yeah, we'll talk about once we get the refuse. Mike's got a coupler hose to put on there from the throttle. He's done that one down there, look. That one's all done. And then there's, you can't really see him. Well, we put the van up in the air. And as you can see, that what Mike's done is, because you don't know where it's going to be close or touch. So we use that proper sponge tape, and then it's lube taped over the top of that as well. So it's Mike's doubled it off on the other one as well, look. So it's not gonna, you're not going to have any rubbing. We call it rubbing because we had a little discussion of chafing or chaffing, didn't we, Mike?
We did, yeah.
If I say rubbing, there's no
confusion there, is there?
Confusion.com. No. So if I just quickly show you this side of it, look. There you go, look.
I've left that loose, obviously, because I've got to get in there yet to put the nozzle and the boost sensor in there.
That's all got to come off, and then you'll put it all correct afterwards. Steinbars there, look. We need to take the underside of the lid off that because we need to check to make sure that that's pulsing as it should with the LED sequence. Yeah, that's about it, Mike, isn't it? And then
we're nearly there. Getting
wire them all
close.
back together. Obviously, you've seen the
Crossover pipe.
Yeah, with the dual thing. We've got a sticker, which our old Johnny stickers doing for us, which we'll collect a bit later in yellow and black to match. Some of the little stickers, so be pretty cool. So I'm going to keep Mike any longer, so he wants to crack on and finish off.
Let's get it done.
We'll start down the bottom of that with the MJP logo on that beautiful Alloy satin black intercooler, and then we'll just show you the boost pipes that side and that side there, and then I'll get off on the floor and then try not to shake around the camera, and then we'll start over here. Look, so this is the crossover pipe, which previously you would have seen down on the cardboard on the floor there. So as you can see, got our tag on it, front tag, or custom silicone hoses, as you can see. These little cable ties, maybe. Now, the check valve's in place now, non-return valve, same thing. That's what it says. It just stops it from returning back and keeps it in check. So you've got pressure all the time. Right, so run along this bit here, look, that has to be rerouted. You can't put it back like it's on the airbox. And if you run along here, this is the fail-safe, which we talked about. So if there's any issues, block nozzle, not so much low on fluid, but any sort of electrical problem, something like that, and then it'll trigger it. I'll show you on the display. More luscious silicone hoses there, as you can see. And then they move across to this little finishing touch here, Mikey.
Yeah, looks smart, doesn't it?
Which is the, yeah, so this is what Mr. Sticker done for us. Laura's not going to be picking up this afternoon. Instead of having our colours on it, wouldn't really match. So by doing it in those colours there, matches the van. I think that was pretty cool. So everything's all pumped in properly, all super neatly done. Absolutely outstanding job by this man here. Here he is. Mike's in the house, in the workshop.
We do our best.
Outstanding job. There we go, guys and girls. So yeah, meticulous as you like. So that's the first part of it. So all we'll do is Mike can just quickly talk you through, just to bring you up to speed what he's been up to, and then we'll just put the lift up in the air a bit so you can see like the underside where the intercooler is in the pipe work. Not as much to see underside as there is there, but even so, it just continues the build really. So yeah, that's all it is, Mike.
Yeah, so basically we are done. Everything is installed, everything's fitted, everything's checked and checked and checked again. All we've got to go on is bumper and rebuild the inside. So all the intercooler's on, all the pipe work's on, everything's tight, checked. Meth injector's installed, all the pipe work down to the injector. I don't know if you can see it, it's sort of right down in here.
Yeah, we might do, yeah, so
with the pressure sensor right next to it.
Yeah, so Mike's got his, yeah, so you can sort of like see it as it goes.
That's all primed as far as we can. So it's primed up to the safety switch, and then once the van's running and we get 15 psi boost, then that will just push the last bit of meth down the line, and it'll start injecting. So yeah, that's all done.
We've ran the van up, obviously we've run it up without the meth on first, just to check all the Steinbauer settings, because under here is inside there the lid, take it off, potentiometer, and then we can check the sequence of the LEDs, which is important. You need to test that to make sure it's all correct, obviously. So yeah, so we'll just put the van up in the air.
Should we do a little sound check first?
Do a sound check first, mate. No problem. So
if I give you that,
yeah, give me that one there.
everyone will get the full
hear what
effect.
I'm saying. Yeah, so for those of you, yeah, good shout, Mike. We always forget that, don't we? But don't forget the engine's cold, so we can't go going too mad with it. Yeah, you want to get off top range temperature first, but so he's got a James has got a sound box on this as well, the Max Horse, which is fitted by MSRT, same as what I've got. So it's pretty cool. You can turn it on and off on Bluetooth, but what you'll hear is if I go down when Mike picks up the, you can hear it, look. pretty cool. So that's what you get the proper suction sound, look, which is pretty cool. Yeah, you're not going to get that sound, you know, via anything else. So it's just a unique sound that this intake system makes, and it's all to do with the way that the crossover is designed and down on the filter look. So yeah, it's
full source for a diesel van.
yeah, it's cool, isn't it? So let's put it up in the air, and then we can let you know. Let you see. Right, there we are.
There we are.
We're back on it, and now we've got the ramp up in the air a bit. So you can see on the side. This van's
Brand new.
It's quite an honour to work on.
Yeah, it's nice.
You know, it's everything comes undone by it.
Yeah, I haven't had to wear gloves, didn't even get my hands dirty,
Oh.
which is a rarity.
But this is the little touches that I'm talking about that Mike does with regards to there. Look. So Mike will explain what he's done there. Look.
Yeah, so even though it's just like a coolant hose rubbing on it, I didn't want it to rub on the coolant hose and damage that, or sort of take the paint off the charge pipe. So we just put like a sticky neoprene on it, and then wrapped it in moon tape so it definitely stays there. We've done the same the other side. That one's a bit more crucial because that's sort of got an aircon pipe on it, which is a metal fitting underneath there. So I've done both surfaces to make it last as long as it can, and
Yeah.
hopefully it won't rub through.
We might be able to see the.
Yeah, from here you can.
Yeah, so we go up to there. Yeah, you can see the nozzle up. There we go. Yeah, so you can see the nozzle and the boost pressure sensor. So, yeah, see that? So boost pressure sensor is about big 4 fingers right that side there, and then your nozzle is the other side. Alright, so we can angle it to where we want. And like Mike says, that won't activate until that boost pressure sensor
Enters 15 psi.
right, and then it'll start triggering methanol. And then, you know, it'll keep triggering it until it dips below 15 psi, and then the nozzle won't spray anymore, because it's a diesel engine, so it's higher compression. So it's a compression engine, isn't it? So triggers, you don't have to. It's not going to be triggering like the petrol engines in. So we set it differently. And I think, from memory, when I tested mine, it was about 2 bar on full chat, I think, of boost in the diesel. So we trigger at 15 psi, it's half. Yeah, that's it. But yeah, the logo looks cool, Mike, doesn't it?
Yeah, snazzy.
Yeah. Really difficult to get it exactly the same colour yellow. Of course it is. Even the hoses are
A little bit off.
small. Yeah, of course. So what we're going to do now is Mike's got some what you've got to do on the interior, Mike.
Test switch is sort of hidden away, so nothing can press on it and it can't be pressed because that's critical.
Yeah.
Just sort that out, and then put all the trims back on, and we're ready to go.
Yeah, and then so we're going to pop this one back on now. Front bumper. Like I said to you before, you've got to be really careful with these, because the way that NSRT do it, because it's not the original bumper, it's quite tight where it fits onto here. It's not onto the thing. Back there, here. Obviously it stops it there. That's how it grabs it. And it's tight like in it.
Very tight.
Yeah. So just want to be a little bit careful there.
To be fair, it should be, touch wood,
Yeah.
easier to go back in than it does come out.
Yeah. So what we need to do now is get this front bumper on, then you'll be able to see the logo, because you've got
The ADAS sensor.
in the front. It's a bit of a nuisance because they could have I don't know, if it was off a bit further, mightn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, the other option is obviously we make that, get for alloy to make this plate a bit deeper, and then we can shift the
Or maybe next time have
Logo
like two logos.
or two, one each side.
One each side.
That's an option, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you can, if you step away, you can see it. When you walk up close to the van, it sort of like cuts it a bit.
Yeah, the grill's over it anyway, isn't it? So it's not massively visible.
So we need to crack on and get this bumper on, and then we'll resume later.
See you in a bit.
Yeah, bye. I'm going to be shouting again because it's lashing the brain again. It's pretty normal for the UK, isn't it? Get used to it. Mike's going to talk you through. Well, finished now.
Done.
From part of the road test, Mike, and checking everything's alright, and with the slime bar and the neck and all that sort of stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, so we'll just talk you through the finish off bits really, and then we'll go inside to show you inside where the button is and that sort of stuff. So,
Yeah.
yeah, here we are, mate.
So all finished, everything's done, checked, triple checked, tested. Ran the meth up with the injector nozzle out of the charge pipe. Make sure we got good pressure, good spray pattern, everything like that. All the Steinbauer, like you said yesterday, take the cover off it and check the light sequence inside is correct. Bring up the revs and the flashing sequence gets faster, which it does. So that's all right. The potentiometer's in its position that it comes in, which they recommend you leave it in. Yeah.
Just saw that test, we'll show it in a minute, like the test switch, that's why we left it out, so we can show the viewers what the test switch is. Well,
Yeah,
put it in now,
well, it's in, but you'll still be able to see it.
Yeah.
One thing we did have yesterday as well, that the non-return valve doesn't like to bypass air, so it's really difficult to bleed it. So you've got to bleed the fluid up to the non-return valve,
yeah,
which is this one over here.
Yeah.
So we had to take this union off and get the meth up to there, and then reconnect it. And once there was fluid there, it then allowed it to flow through, but it wouldn't let the air go through it that was in this pipe before it. But once we bled it up to here, reconnected it, and then it worked all right.
Just little things that you learn
that you pick up on the way, yeah.
Yeah, and then obviously there's your failsafe, which is what it is, which we talked about before, which triggers a problem.
If there is one.
Yeah, if there is one. Right, that's enough under the bonnet. So what we can do, I'll once you around the passenger side, I'll meet them around the driver's side. So there's the meth switch, look. So what we can do is turn the ignition on, look. Right, so if I power that one up, look, you see it lights up. Methanol injection is pretty cool. Alright, you won't see anything on the controller, not the controller, on the display. Yeah, don't push.
No.
You won't see anything on that until it starts activating. Alright, Mike's just going to show you. This is the little test button, but which we need to hide away because you don't want James, the owner, pressing that. Alright, so
there's a little button on that loom,
yeah,
that you can use to activate the system.
So what we've done, and what Mike's done is he's cable tied the button, so effectively, even if you pushed it,
you can't push it now.
You couldn't push it now because it's obviously got a cable tie around to stop it from doing that. It's a safety thing. You don't want the. He doesn't know it's there anyway, but you don't want to push that. So yeah, that's just on off, it might.
Yeah, we don't want it injecting when the vehicle's not running and filling up the charge pipe or anything like that. So that's why we've made that as safe as we can.
So the tanklet, that's where we located it. So it sits nice and neat. That's a 3-gallon race tank, American gallons, don't forget. Underneath the passenger seats. That's it really. It's pretty cool. You're not even going to notice it. It's very quiet, Mike, isn't it? Because the
yeah, especially when the seats are down. I don't even. Once you drive in with the road noise, I don't even think you'll hear it at all.
No. And then because the pump is integrated underneath, so it's sound deadening against the floor, innit?
Yeah.
So that's why you won't no problems there. So all that is left to do now, mate, is the old road test inside of it, innit?
Road test, yeah.
And then that's it, really. I've just got to take some pickies, and it'll be pretty cool because he's got a show that he wants to go to in Jersey and show everything off, which is great for him, great for us. But yeah, this is the first one we've done where we've used that the system with the display in it.
The new display rather than the
My
controller.
van hasn't got that, and the other ones that we've done don't have that with the meth. So it's a good upgrade. We haven't put that back on yet because we need to plug it in with the laptop when we go for a drive to make sure that the boost is triggering when we want it to. We set it all up, we've tested it on the wall regulator, so it should be absolutely fine.
I think we're pretty close, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's it really. Nothing more to report.
Crossed, we're all good.
Yeah. So guys and girls, it just gives you an idea. I hope we've gone a little bit more in depth as much as we can with the time that we have. You doesn't have to be an MSRT one. It can be a transit, custom, sport, whatever it is. Doesn't matter as long as it's a 2 litre Euro 6. You can have all this, so not a problem. And you can customise it to your own requirements, i.e. the colour of the charge pipes, the crossover pipe, the silicone hoses, the logo, anything's down to you. Right, so you've got the choice, all about choice at the end of the day. That's the way I look at it. But yeah, so you know what to do. Like, subscribe, hit that bell notification button. I want old Mikey there to do the same on your van. You know where to come.
Indeed.
Later.
See you in a bit.